Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity. The boarding requested. Boarding requested. Do you want to board crew? Passengers bus is coming. Passengers boarding starting.
Level 060, advise on initial contact, you have information Tango. Lundra Stansted Airport, information Tango, 1347 Zulu, surface wind 260 degrees, 14 knots, variable between 230 degrees and 300 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more, no clouds detected, temperature 30 degrees, dew point 11 degrees, QNH 1017, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 060, advise on initial contact, you have information Tango. Lundra Stansted Airport, information.
Pre-flight checklist. Parking brake set. Battery guard closed. Standby power guard closed. Left central fuel pump off. Left after fuel pump on. APU start. APU gen on. Position light steady. Logo like air equipment, no equipment. Andiamo on. Cabina light as equipment, emergency exit light guard closed. Passenger seats on. Tax auto and height and auto. Yes mode selector check nav. And we have sub-heading FMC set. Cerchiamo la clearance così almeno ci portiamo avanti. Stansted clearance Blue Max 3 Delta November with information Tango on board. Request EFR clearance for Glasgow.
Stansted delivery, Ryanair 288 Lima, Boeing 737 MAX 8, day 33 right. Request IFR clearance to Almera. Information uniform.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Ryanair 288 Lima, Stansted delivery, information uniform correct, clear to Almera via Detling 2 Romeo departure, runway 22, climb bias it to 5,000 feet, squawk 1464. Clear to Almera via Detling 2 Romeo departure, runway 22, climb bias it to 5,000 feet, squawk 1464, Ryanair 288 Lima. Ryanair 288 Lima, read back correct. Contact ground 121.73 when ready for push or start. Ground 121.73 when ready, Ryanair 288 Lima. Have a good afternoon. Blue Max 3 Delta November, Stansted delivery, information uniform current, cleared to Glasgow Airport via the Utava 1 Romeo departure, runway 22, climb bias it to 4,000 feet, squawk 0735.
Cleared to Glasgow Airport via the Utava 1 Romeo departure, runway 22, climb bias it to 4,000 feet, squawk 0735, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Non si capisce un
Blue Max 3 Delta November,
cazzo!
correct. Contact ground 121.73 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Will contact ground 121.73 when ready for pushback or engine start. Blue Max 3 Delta November, thanks.
Ryanair 288 Lima, request taxi to be active. Ryanair 288 Lima, taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Bravo, Hotel Sierra. Taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Bravo, Hotel Sierra, Ryanair 288 Lima. Ryanair 288 Lima, contact Stansted Tower 123.805. Contact Tower 123.805, Ryanair 288 Lima, have a good afternoon.
Contact 77 Bravo Kilo, gate 22 request pushback and engine start.
Suntook 77 Bravo Kilo, Stansted ground pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
Pushback approved, face northwest, Suntook 77 Bravo Kilo.
Transponder set, yes, max speed 7150, ending takeoff runway set 222, initial altitude 4000 feet.
Blue Max 957 Hotel, taxi to stand 6 tree right by Kilo, Hotel, Lima Hotel, Hotel November, Hotel Papa, Hotel Delta. Taxi to stand 6 tree right there, Kilo, Hotel, Lima, Hotel November, Hotel November, Hotel Papa, Hotel Delta, Blue Max 957
Initial
Hotel.
altitude set, scusami, flight altitude set 3,300, landing altitude set 5,000, 500, flight director on, and navigator equipment on, minimum ref set, altimeter ref in
Center 77 Bravo Kilo, taxi for departure.
automaker LTO, door closed,
Bravo Kilo, taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Bravo, Hotel Sierra.
Taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Bravo, Hotel Sierra, Center 77 Bravo Kilo.
Chanix 27 Kilo Lima, gate 15 left, request pushback. Chanix 27 Kilo Lima, Stansted ground pushback approved. Face northwest. Pushback and engine start approved, face northwest, Chanix 27 Kilo Lima. Sunturk 77 Bravo Kilo, contact Stansted Tower 123.805.
Over to Tower 123.805, Sunturk 77 Bravo Kilo.
Chanix 27 Kilo Lima, taxi for departure. Chanix 27 Kilo Lima, taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Juliet Bravo, Hotel Sierra. Taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Juliet Bravo, Hotel Sierra, Chanix 27 Kilo Lima. Chanix 27 Kilo Lima, contact Stansted Tower 123.805. Over to Tower 123.805, Chanix 27 Kilo Lima.
Hello.
Before start checklist, auto crack alarm. Electrical equipment off. After fuel pump on. Electrical pump on. Anti-collision light on. Parking brake set. Ground equipment, engine area clear. Allora, facciamo un briefing, andremo, we made a pushback
Hello,
on
Captain. We are ready for pushback.
The via stock taxi is Bravo Sierra runway 22. The runway 22 is the speed. Speed is V1 144, VROT
Departure check
145,
completed.
V2
Bypass pin
149.
inserted.
Our seed is route of one Romeo for the battery, and we have 4,000 feet restricted. In case of engine start, in case of engine auto seed is 1.5 nautical miles running ahead, and the return with ELS runway 22. We have in background the VAR, the ELS course 1050 ELS and 222 ELS course. For me, everything is completed because there is no problem with the weather. Is one tried and no, it's proper. Stansted ground, Blue Max 3 Delta November, holding point 52 left is ready for push and start.
Release parking brakes.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, Stansted ground, pushback approved. Base northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Base northwest. Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Ok, stacchiamo i freni.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will. Set parking brakes. Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Before taxi checklist, generator 1 and 2 on, prove it on. Wind anti-ice non-equipment Belgium, anti-ice non-equipment tax auto, isolation valve auto, APU bleed off, APU off. Register switch is continue, flap 5 request, fly for set and good lights. Fly controls. Set free and correct. Recall the check. Lower display unit. Blue Max 3 Delta November starts at the ground, is ready for taxi to the runway. Taxi light on. Runway turn off.
Unable, this is on a TC frequency.
Blue Max 3 Delta November Stansted the ground, is ready for taxi to the runway.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Charlie Sierra.
Taxi to holding point Sierra, runway 22 via Charlie Sierra, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Max 3 Delta November, contact Stansted Tower 123.805, good day.
Contact Tower 123.805, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Stansted ground, Blue Max 3 Delta November approaching holding point Sierra 3. We are ready for departure.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, hold short of runway 22.
Hold short of runway 22, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Allora, parking brake set, fuel flow is set and rate. Seal fuel pump on, the icing air equipment can be light air equipment. Flight instrument check. Flight engine instrument check. Take off data 144, 145, 149, 144.
Stansted Tower, Suntec 1533, ILS approach runway 22.
Suntec 1533, Stansted Tower, continue.
Roger, Suntec 1533.
Ryanair 181 Romeo, exit left at T-low.
Exit left at T-low. Ryanair 181 Romeo.
Ryanair 181 Romeo, monitor ground 121.73.
Ground 121.73. Ryanair 181 Romeo.
Suntec 1533, wind 260 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22 clear to land.
Runway 22 clear to land, Suntec 1533.
Stansted Tower, Ryanair 91 Tango Victor, ILS approach runway 22.
Ryanair 91 Tango Victor, Stansted Tower, continue.
Roger, Ryanair 91 Tango Victor.
Suntec 1533, exit left at T-low.
Exit left at Kilo, Suntec 1533.
Suntec 1533, monitor ground 121.73, good day.
Ground 121.73, Suntec 1533.
Ryanair 91 Tango Victor, wind 260 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22 cleared to land.
Runway 22 cleared to land, Ryanair 91 Tango Victor.
Max 3 Delta November, runway 22, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 22, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Ryanair 91 Tango Victor, exit left at T-Low.
Exit left of Kilo, Ryanair 91 Tango
Allora,
Victor.
landing light on, scopo light on, taxi
Stansted
light
Tower,
off.
Ryanair 9 Whiskey Delta, ILS approach runway 22.
Transponder
Ryanair 9
TNA,
Whiskey Delta,
TFC.
Stansted Tower, continue. Wilco, Ryanair 9 Whiskey Delta. Ryanair 91 Tango Victor, monitor ground 121.73.
Ground 121.73, Ryanair 91 Tango Victor.
All aircraft be advised, information Victor now current QNH 1017. Blue Max 3 Delta November, Stansted Tower, wind 260 degrees, 15 knots, runway 22, cleared for takeoff, traffic 6 mile final, keep it rolling.
Runway 22, cleared for takeoff, keep it rolling, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Ryanair 82 Kilo Uniform, ready for departure, runway 22.
Ryanair 82 Kilo Uniform, hold short of runway 22, arriving traffic.
Hold short of runway 22, Ryanair 82 Kilo Uniform.
Ryanair 9 Whiskey Delta, wind 260 degrees, 15 knots, runway 22 cleared to land. Runway 22 cleared to land, Ryanair 9 Whiskey Delta. Blue Max 3 Delta November, reset transponder. Squawk 0735.
Squawk 0735, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, contact Stansted Director 136.2.
Contact Stansted Director 136.2, Blue Max 3 Delta November. Stansted Director, Blue Max 3 Delta November, passing 3,200 feet, climbing to 4,000 feet.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, Stansted Director, identified, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Stansted direct to Ryanair 82 Kilo uniform, passing 1,700 feet, climbing to 6,000 feet. Ryanair 82 Kilo uniform, Stansted direct to identified, climb flight level 180. Climb flight level 180, Ryanair 82 Kilo uniform. Max 3 Delta November, contact London Control 118.475, good day.
Contact London Control 118.475, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Easy 2114, contact London Control 118.775.
Center on 118.775, easy 2114, have a good afternoon.
London Control, Blue Max 3 Delta November, passing flight level 124, climbing to flight level 150, direct Busa.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, London Control, good afternoon, identified, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
London Control, Flyer 23 X-ray, flight level 361.
Flyer 23 X-ray, London Control identified. Flyer 23 X-ray, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Flyer 23 X-ray.
Flyer 23 X-ray, descend to flight level 230.
Descent to flight level 230, Flyer 23 X-ray.
Qatar 3 Lima Heavy, contact Amsterdam radar 119.175.
Center on 119.175, Qatar 3 Lima Heavy.
EV641, contact Jersey approach 120.305.
Contact Jersey approach 120.305, easy 641.
London Control, Ryanair 82 Kilo uniform, passing flight level 150, climbing to flight level 180, direct red fire. Ryanair 82 Kilo uniform, London Control, identified, climb flight level 370. Climb flight level 370, Ryanair 82 Kilo uniform.
Center on 118.775, Blue Max 3 Delta November. London Control, Blue Max 3 Delta November, passing flight level 265, climbing to flight level 300, direct elbows.
EV2114, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1017, easy 2114.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, London Control, identified. Star 995, contact London Control 118.475.
Contact London Control 118.475, Alpha Star 995, good day.
BC2114, descend to 5,000 feet, vectors for the approach.
Descend to 5,000 feet, easy 2114.
BC2114, turn left, heading 325, descend to 4,000 feet.
Turn left, heading 325, descend to 4,000 feet, easy 2114.
BC2114, 4 miles from in 12, turn left, heading 270, maintain 3,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS approach runway 23 right.
Turn left, heading 270, 3,500 feet until established. Cleared ILS approach runway 23 right, easy 2114.
BC2114, contact Manchester Tower 119 at decimal 405.
Contact Tower 119 at decimal 405, easy 2114, good day.
BC458 Whiskey, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1016, easy 458 Whiskey.
BC458 Whiskey to NH 1016, expect radar vectors via LS approach runway 25.
QNH 1016, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 25, easy 458 Whiskey.
Easy 458 Whiskey, descend to 2,500 feet.
Descend to 2,500 feet, Easy 458 Whiskey.
Easy 3124, descend via start to flight level 070.
Descend via start to flight level 070, Easy 3124.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, clear to slip 1 Golf arrival, runway 23. Blue Max 3 Delta November, clear to slip 1 Golf arrival, runway 23. Blue Max 3 Delta November, London Control. Easy 458 Whiskey, lead at set heading 335, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 25.
Leave it set heading 335, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 25, Easy 458 Whiskey.
Easy 3124, contact Scottish Control 119 at decimal 875.
Contact Scottish Control 119 at decimal 875, Easy 3124.
Tango Alpha Lima Hotel, contact London Control 118.475, good day.
Centone 118.475, Golf Tango Alpha Lima Hotel, bye-bye.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, report ready for descent. BC458 Whiskey, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Contact Scottish Control 119.875, easy 458 Whiskey.
Tomjet 1167, descend via start to 9,000 feet, QNH1013.
Descend via start to 9,000 feet, QNH1013, Tomjet 1167.
Logan 1 Foxtrot Mike, descend via start to 7,000 feet, QNH1017.
Descend via start to 7,000 feet, QNH1017, Logan 1 Foxtrot Mike.
Ryanair 387 Victor, contact London Control 118.475. Have a good afternoon.
Contact London Control 118.475, Ryanair 387 Victor, have a good afternoon.
Tomjet 527, cleared Agate 1 Golf arrival, runway 23.
Cleared Agate 1 Golf arrival, runway 23, Tomjet 527.
Easy 781 Zulu, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, easy 781 Zulu.
Easy 781 Zulu, descend to flight level 120, expect runway 25.
Descend to flight level 120, easy 781 Zulu.
Echo Oscar, vectoring for RNAV approach runway 06.
Vectoring for RNAV approach runway 06, Aeros Echo Oscar.
Aeros Echo Oscar, Levex heading 360 direct Church Fenton Air Base.
Levex heading 360 direct Church Fenton Air Base, Aeros Echo Oscar.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, descend to flight level 260.
Descend to flight level 260, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, cross the slip at flight level 260, then descend flight level 200.
Cross a slip at flight level 260, then descend flight level 200, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Chanix 41 Papa, cleared Act 1 Golf arrival, runway 23.
Cleared Agate 1 Golf arrival, runway 23, Chanix 41 Papa.
Tomjet 527, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Tomjet 527.
Tomjet 527, descend to flight level 070.
Descend to flight level 070, Tomjet 527.
London Control, Shuttle 6 Foxtrot, flight level 320.
Shuttle 6 Foxtrot, London Control, identified. Tomjet 527, contact Scottish Control 119.875. Have a good afternoon.
Contact Scottish Control 119.875, Tomjet 527, have a good afternoon.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Easy 781 Zulu, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1016, Easy 781 Zulu.
Chanix 41 Papa, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Chanix 41 Papa.
Chanix 41 Papa, descend to flight level 070.
Descent to flight level 070, Chanix 41 Papa.
Tomjet 1167, contact Newcastle approach 124.38.
Contact Newcastle approach 124.38, Tomjet 1167.
Easy 58 X-ray Delta, cleared Lister 1 November arrival, runway 25.
Cleared Lister 1 November arrival, runway 25, Easy 58 X-ray Delta.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, cross at at flight level 200, then descend flight level 070.
Cross at flight level 200, then descend flight level 070, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Logan 1 Foxtrot, Mike QNH 1017, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23 right.
QNH 1017, expects radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23 right, Logan 1 Foxtrot Mike.
Chanix 41 Papa, descend via start to flight level 070.
Descend via start to flight level 070, Chanix 41 Papa.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Contact Scottish Control 119.875, Blue Max 3 Delta November. Good afternoon, Scottish Control, Blue Max 3 Delta November, passing flight level 223, descending to flight level 070.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, Scottish Control, identified.
Good afternoon, Scottish Control, Chanix 41 Papa, passing flight level 261, descending to flight level 070.
Chanix 41 Papa, Scottish Control, identified.
Scottish Control, easy 781 Zulu, passing flight level 084, descending to 4,000 feet.
Easy 781 Zulu, Scottish Control, identified. Easy 781 Zulu, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, easy 781 Zulu.
Easy 781 Zulu, turn left, heading 335 vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 335, easy 781 Zulu.
Easy 781 Zulu, descend to 2,500 feet.
Descend to 2,500 feet, easy 781 Zulu.
Easy 781 Zulu, 3 miles from Mach 904, turn left, heading 275, maintain 2,500 feet until established on the final approach course, clear by LS approach runway 25.
Turn left, heading 275, 2,500 feet until established, cleared ILS approach runway 25, easy 781 Zulu.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, contact Glasgow approach 119.1.
Contact Glasgow approach 119.1, Blue Max 3 Delta November. Glasgow approach, Blue Max 3 Delta November, good afternoon, passing flight level 099er, descending to flight level 070 with information uniform.
Blue Max 3 Delta November Glasgow approach to NH1014, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23.
2NH1014, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, lead Lanark heading 350, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23.
Leave Lanac heading 350. Expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1014, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, turn left heading 355.
Turn left heading 355, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, turn left heading 345.
Turn left heading 345, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Max 3 Delta November, descend to 4,000 feet, vectors for the approach.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Glasgow approach, Tonga 527, good afternoon, passing flight level 099 and ascending to flight level 070 with information uniform.
Tomjet 527 Glasgow approach, QNH1014, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23.
QNH1014, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23, Tomjet 527.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, 11 miles from here 121, turn left, heading 280, maintain 2,900 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS approach runway 23.
Turn left, heading 280, 2,900 feet until established, cleared ILS approach runway 23, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Tomjet 527, lead Lanac heading 350, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23.
Lead Lanac heading 350, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23, Tomjet 527.
Glasgow approach, Jags 41 Papa, passing flight level 099 and ascending to flight level 070 with information uniform.
Jags 41 Papa Glasgow approach, QNH1014, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23.
QNH1014, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23, Chanix 41 Papa.
Tomjet 527, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH1014.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH1014, Tomjet 527.
Chanix 41 Papa, lead Lanac heading 350, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23.
Lead Lanac heading 350, expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 23, Chanix 41 Papa.
1 Papa, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1014, Chanix 41 Papa.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, contact Glasgow Tower 118.805.
25 Tower 118.805, Blue Max 3 Delta November. Glasgow Tower, Blue Max 3 Delta November, ILS approach runway 23.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, Glasgow Tower, wind 260 degrees, 15 knots, gusting 25 knots, runway 23 cleared to land.
Runway 23 cleared to land, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. $100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Glasgow Tower, Tonja 527, ILS approach runway 23.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, exit left at Delta.
Exit left at Delta, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Tonja 527, Glasgow Tower, continue.
Wilco Tonja 527.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, contact ground 121.705.
Ground 121.705, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
Blue Max 3 Delta November, taxi to stand 32 via Echo November.
Taxi to stand 32 via Echo November, Blue Max 3 Delta November.
EZ48 Hotel Mike, contact Glasgow Tower 118.805.
Over to Tower 118.805, EZ48 Hotel Mike.
Tomjet 527, taxi to ramp 35 via Delta Golf November.
Taxi to ramp 35 via Delta Golf November, Tomjet 527.
The boarding requested.
Janix 41 Papa, taxi to stand 30 left via Delta Golf Mike.